This is Frankly Speaking with Muyiwa Afolabi. Information, education, reformation, and transformation. Get ready. Renew your mind. Reset your mindset with insights, ideas, and strategies for everyday performance and success in your career and your business. Yes, it's possible. Yes, you can do it. Of course, you can achieve it. It's all in your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves and please receive Muyiwa Afolabi, your practical career success coach. Enjoy.
So, what did you do when you got your first bike?
I rode it to all my friends' houses in one day.
When you got your first sunglasses?
Whoa, I was so excited I wore it even at night.
And your first wristwatch?
Awesome! I swam with it and wore it to sleep every night for 7 good days.
And now that you're in secondary school, what will you do when you get your first smartphone?
Yay! The whole world will hear me scream.
Surprise your child with an MTN smartphone for as low as 13,000 naira with a 3-month data bonus offer available at all designated MTN stores nationwide.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. Hope you're doing great this morning. Welcome to Frankly Speaking, your favorite business, career, and mindset talk show on radio. My name is Muyiwa Afolabi. It's a pleasure to share time with you again this morning. Today I want to share on something I have titled Collective Consequence. Collective Consequence. I think you'll like this one. All right, let's go. I assume many of us are too private, too personal, and unconcerned about what the people around us do daily, and we generally think it's none of our business until finally we get into trouble. What I'm saying this morning is it's possible to get punished for a wrongdoing you were completely uninvolved in. In life, you don't just reap what you sow, you reap what others around you sow as well. You get punished for the evil you ignore and the silence you maintained, permitting people in and around your life to carry on with all sorts of wrongdoings. Your innocence, good deeds, and proper character isn't enough to protect you from harmful consequences. Ignoring the evil in a land can land you in big trouble. I do not understand it, but I'm sure there is a spirit amongst us that makes us criticize, judge, and condemn those who try to expose the wrongdoers and their evil deeds. Remarks like, "What's your own? Holier than thou. Mind your business. Which concern you? You're just jealous. Is it your life? Is it your money?" are popularly used to shade, to criticize, and shut up those who want to expose, fight, and condemn evil deeds in and around our lives. We're mostly deluded that what people do is their business, and when the consequences come, it is none of our business. How untrue this is. So there's this man I know long ago who was very promiscuous, married with 3 children, yet was all over the street chasing anything in skirt. He had some change and his priority was to spend this money on as many ladies as he could get for gender favors. The wife was very unhappy, disturbed, and anxious about the indecent and risky behavior of her husband. She complained to everyone she believed could intervene and help out, but sadly, none of them were truthful or realistic about her challenge. The husband had money and was somewhat generous to those close associates, hence they were subjective. Even her mother told her all men are like that and she would have to just tolerate the situation for the sake of her own peace of mind and the children. The mom told her marriage is a school you endure, not really an experience you enjoy. She said as long as he doesn't beat her and he pays the bills, she should just be contented. This poor woman couldn't stand her husband's dirty behavior and at a point wanted to quit the marriage. Her father threatened to disown her and not accept her back in his home, and her religious associate said the key to her marital challenges is prayers. that there is nothing prayers can't do, and it was probably the testing of her faith. She was told if she prayed enough and applied her faith, her husband will one day change. My counsel was different though, and very unpopular. I told her to leave the man and the marriage until self-control and discipline fall on him. She thought my advice was extreme considering the counsel and advice from other quarters she respected. Well, to shorten a long story, barely 13 months after I spoke with her on the issue, her husband became very ill, and after some medical tests, he was confirmed to have contracted HIV and AIDS, and 5 months later, he died. Everybody became worried and apprehensive. He was the breadwinner, he was the one with the money. This poor woman had little and she couldn't effectively support 3 children and herself with her paltry income. Her parents had stories on why they couldn't support her financially, and the religious group she committed to in time and cash when her husband was still alive had nothing more than prayers and visits to offer. Only a few friends and I were there for her financially. Now that wasn't the worst part of the story. 5 months after her husband's untimely demise, she became ill too, and of course it was confirmed she had contracted the same illness from her late spouse, and in 2012 October, this lady died as well. She was buried and the 3 children, now orphans, were separated. The last born was with her parents, the elder 2 with a younger sibling and a distant cousin in Ore, Ondo State, respectively. A few weeks ago, I was at Tejosho Market in Yaba, and I came across the youngest of the children who was with the grandparents of this lady. About 14 years old now, she was hawking books in traffic and was trying to sell me a book as I drove by in the slow traffic. She apparently was no longer in school. I assume she had to hawk in traffic to keep herself alive and surviving. The grandparents are now too old and their irregular pension definitely can't pay for any quality education for this poor girl. She didn't recognize me. She was only 7 years old when her parents died back in the days when we all lived at Surulere. Today, everyone connected is paying for the evil her dad did. Her mother paid the ultimate price and the kids are suffering and have lost important advantages in life. The parents have lost their daughter and a son-in-law as well, simply because they didn't hold a firm stand against evil and an evildoer. There is collective consequences in this life. Many of us erroneously assume the law of karma only operates at a personal level. This is not the case. It also operates at a collective level. The law of karma applies to persons, to families, to groups, to organizations, to tribes, to ethnic groups, and even nations. When as an individual you do evil, you will reap it. When as a family you perpetuate evil, the whole family and sometimes even the unborn member of the family can reap the evil reward. When as an ethnic group or a nation you perpetuate evil or permit evil, the whole nation will reap the consequence of such evil perpetuated. A person that ignores or justifies or defends wrongdoing is as guilty as the doer of the evil. 1,000 falling by your left and 10,000 falling by your right, and you remain standing can only apply if you spoke out loudly and clearly against the evil that consequently brought about the falling and destruction of the thousands. If you ignore, defend, or protect evildoers, you are as guilty and you will definitely fall with them consequently. It is speaking the truth that keeps you protected in the days of consequences. It is the courage to speak the truth when the majority choose to lie or keep silent that protects you in the days of collective repercussions. Perhaps if this lady had listened to me when I asked her to leave her promiscuous husband until he repents, she would today be alive to cater and protect her 3 children. But my counsel then was considered extreme, and the general reaction to the potential danger of her husband's bad behavior was, God forbid it won't be her portion. It eventually was her portion, as wisdom is the principal thing. Prayer is good, but wisdom is the principal thing. The family and religious group who wanted to be politically correct so as not to offend the husband were no longer and couldn't stand sure when the worst happened.
We had sleepless nights for weeks before his first tooth appeared. Then it finally came, and he never stopped smiling the whole day. When he took his first step, he went straight to the kitchen. And on his first day in school, I couldn't hold back the tears of joy. Now that he has come of age, I can't wait to see what his reaction will be when I give him his first MTN smartphone tomorrow.
This season, surprise your child with an MTN smartphone for as low as 13,000 Naira with a 3-month data bonus offer available at all designated MTN stores nationwide.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
My dear friend, there's collective consequence. You're a wife to a criminal, you're a lover to a looter, and a close friend to a money ritualist. Your own is just to chop the money, Abi. It's a matter of time. Wait for it. Yes, you are not directly involved. Don't worry. The consequence will also indirectly find you and embrace you. A colleague at my office recently shared with me her disappointment and shock at how many Nigerian youth were in support of internet fraudsters and scammers, popularly called Yahoo, and how many young Nigerians think it was a smart way of making money. I simply told her, those in support of internet fraudsters are mostly those with empty bank accounts, and their parents also have empty bank accounts. Scammers don't go after broke people, so the broke have nothing to fear. Eventually, when they make money, however, the scammers will succeed in scamming them and taking away their life earnings overnight. Then they'll cry, God, why me? Keep supporting, keep encouraging crime. There's collective consequence. Karma will one day knock at your door. Ladies and gentlemen, it is hard to fix a country where people remain quiet or defensive when corruption tends to serve them right or work in their favor. Many people are perhaps crying and complaining today because they are no longer benefiting from corruption, and learning legitimate ways to earn is too hard for them to embrace. There is collective consequence, my friend, even for nations. A bad road can kill your son. Hospital without drugs, good equipment, and power supply can kill your daughter in labor. And unemployment can derail your graduate child and make him or her embrace crime or prostitution. Are you such to remain silent or encourage wrongdoing because many people are doing it? Do you castigate those speaking the truth, mocking them and calling them names because you benefit from the wrongdoing they speak against her? You may not be directly involved, but be rest assured, when you least expect, karma is coming for you. The Yahoo money you chopped, the ritual money you enjoyed, the loot you shared, and the silence you kept when evil was being perpetrated right in your presence and in the land. Don't worry, karma is coming for you. Maybe not today, but someday, perhaps when you've completely forgotten, it will show up and strike. Then you'll say, God, why me? Dear friend, collective consequence is real. It is time to repent. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe you've been challenged by this show today. For this episode and other episodes of this talk show, simply visit my blog through my website. It's www.muiwaafolabi.com. You can also make bookings for your team coaching, your social and religious group inspirational needs via the same website. You will be glad. Till I come your way again, same time, same station tomorrow for another inspiring episode of your favorite talk show. This is Frankly Speaking with Muiwa Afolabi. Please enjoy your day.
You don't think we MTN on the paint everywhere yellow, so then we paint the cow and water yellow. Hey, that time we say now only call and text messages today. Now we don't ready to make your life even brighter with our new MTN Nyafu saying we got plenty better inside. This one now be better way you go to collect a small like a contribution. No, this one now see the heart. Just buy MTN Nyafu sim, load 100 naira before you open your eye, close them. 800 naira, don't sit down, they wait for you inside your phone. I no carry water for moto, load 100 naira and 800 naira on your phone. They wait make you take a call any network or browsers you like. The one way comes with me passing and say anytime when you load credit, don't open with that to make you begin to use WhatsApp for free without any warning. So therefore, begin to send that picture to Nkechi or that video to Sandra anywhere where them day. What do you they waiting for? Kariwaka, go buy your new MTN SIM. Make you begin enjoying Nyafu.
Frankly Speaking with Muiwa Afolabi, a production of Frontiers International Services Limited, is proudly brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go.